and welcome back to Let's Play Shantae, Half Genie Hero.
What is this place?
I mean, don't you recognize it? You were here once already.
Huh?
Another one of Shantae's memories? Come on, guys, don't y'all recognize this? This is where you started.
Huh?
I don't think so.
Hey!
It's her!
How pathetic.
You fools stepped right into my trap. This world is my domain. All of it!
You disgust me.
I'm annoyed that you made it this far. So I've decided to disband the troublesome trio. I've prepared a special place for each of you. A private nightmare where your mind can suffer slowly while your body wastes away. Together, you might have stood a chance.
You're much too weak.
Also, take a drink every time she says that, because she says it a lot. But apart, you are nothing.
Oh no.
Shantae. She isn't here. She never was. You have no hope. Nothing to believe in. So, we really did fail her? Our friend, is she really gone? I can't believe it's true. Now go! Wander forever! Lost, separated, and alone in darkness! Well, that wasn't quite the laugh. It was more like, ha! 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 Or something to that effect. Also, teleportation dance. I mean, she does have a teleporting dance in this game, but still, we hadn't seen that in a while. And so, here we are in the only original level in the Friends to the End DLC. It's split into 3 parts, one for each of Shantae's friends, and they're going to have a series of platforming that they're going to need to do on their own. Each one, in each screen, has a giant jar in it, and in every giant jar will be a large heart that will completely refill your health. I don't recommend breaking those jars unless you actually need the health. Don't take it unless you've only got like half a heart left. I'm pretty confident I'm not going to need that particular one, so I'm not too worried about it. But, yeah. Also, I need to make a small correction to a mistake that I had mentioned back in Part 1, in that most of the music in this game was going to be from Pirate's Curse. That's not actually the case. The track we're listening to right now is the music that you hear when traveling at night in Shantae Game Boy Color. But the particular mix of it that we're listening to came from Pirate's Curse, around the time when the Pirate Master took over Scuttletown. So, technically I'm still correct that it's Pirate's Curse music in this game? I don't know.
Nice.
Point is, there is a somewhat original track in here from the Game Boy Color game, so yay! Anyway, yeah, basically what we're dealing with in this level is a lot of difficult platforming for each of the friends that utilizes all of their unique abilities in ways that are pretty gosh darn challenging, if I'm totally honest. If you remember the palace, the final labyrinth, I guess you could call it, in Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, there was a lot of spike dodging, difficult platforming in that level as well, and this level winds up feeling a lot like that one. You're going to have a lot of wide jumps with Bolo like this, so hopefully you're very good at latching onto those hooks and swinging from each of them in order to get across, because, yeah, this is tough stuff right here.
Nice.
But if you time it carefully, you should be able to get across, get all 3 squids, and move on. Bolo, I felt, had the easiest section out of the 3 friends, but now we come to Rottytops, who I think has the hardest of the 3. Because, yeah, it's all about aiming her head in just the right places so that you can get across here. And yeah, you can bet you're going to be doing a whole lot of it. The first section isn't too bad, it's the next 2 I'm kind of worried about. The magic barriers seem more like a suggestion more than anything else, and not even really a necessary one at that, because you're going to be throwing your head basically all the way across. Just wait until they get moving platforms involved. Be careful that you don't do a down jump on these, because you will fall into the pit if you do that. Then again, why would you do that? Just felt that should be worth noting, because, yeah, they are pass-through. That squid looks like it's going to be harder to get to than it actually is, but basically you just throw down to here. Down to here. Also, be very careful that you don't accidentally throw your head into the spikes, because you will take damage, and Roddy will drop gems if that happens. And again, there's not really a reliable way of getting your gems back in these Nightmare Realm levels, so make sure you are avoiding that as best you can. Fortunately, though, you don't lose gems if you fall into the pit or take falling damage of that sort. But now we need to time our throws so that we can land onto these... And yeah, there goes my gems. Yeah, time your throws so that you can land on this platform. Thankfully, this time, they don't stop moving while you are in throw mode. Yeah, this section is as tricky as it looks. Oh, I thought I was going to overthrow that. And this throw here I really don't like. You have to bounce it off that first platform and then land onto the next. Without doing that. Alright, see if I can get it this time. Oh, there we go. That is a very uncomfortable throw, I have got to say. A lot of these throws are pretty uncomfortable, if I'm totally honest. I just really... This is just a very challenging section, but I suppose it's appropriate for this point of the game. Thankfully, we do have the luxury of playing with Roddy, so we can eat a brain if we need to. Try to avoid it if you can. You can restore it later on if necessary, by revisiting some past levels. But there we go, I think we're through the worst part of the second room. Now, wait until this platform is on its way towards the squid before you try and throw onto it. I'm gonna wait for the next pass. Up we go. Oh, too soon. Too late. There we go.
Nice!
Alright, last room, here we go. And nice of them to leave us some jars with health as well, so you're not completely on your own here. Whew, that was another close one. And yeah, you can kind of see what kind of platforming we're going to need to do on the way back to get to that blue squid up there. Ooh, that was a risky throw. Thankfully, the angle is right where you need it to be by default. Leave you a little closer. There we go. That the bounce should be enough to get you all the way across. Ooh. I made that look simple, but trust me, that is a lot trickier than it might seem. Thankfully, the platforms do move in a set pattern, so you can gauge where they will be and then know when you need to throw in order to land on it safely. Because, yeah, you do need to throw a little before where the dotted line is saying that it's going to land, so that it will actually land on the platform when it passes into that position. And then, yeah, a little wall bouncing there. They definitely saved the hardest part of this game for last, no question about it. I wish I could just throw my head the rest of the way, because, yeah, there's the ending platform, but if you throw from here, yeah, you'll just reappear here. So try and land onto this one. There we go. And we are home free. Go ahead and eat a brain before you go through so that you don't have to waste a heart jar for Sky. Okay, final challenge, here we go. Now we've got to create more of those bird platforms I love making so much, as well as utilizing the hover ability in order to make those long gaps. Sky at least has a little more leeway, thanks to that hovering ability, so she doesn't have to rely on eggs constantly in order to get through. Still, a lot of these are going to require you to get the absolute most out of your jumps in order to make it across, so make sure you jump at the very edge of wrench to ensure that you make some of those longer jumps. This is kind of a tricky throw. Oop. But yeah, it's good to see that we have at least one original level to be found in this DLC pack. It's not exactly the most interesting to look at, but it's something, I guess, so I'll take it. And remember that wrench can also be used to stop your vertical momentum, so you can stop yourself rather suddenly. That can help you make some tight jumps in some close gaps. Here you have to kind of throw the egg a little before the platform is going to start turning around so that you have enough time to be able to land on it. That was a mistake. Yeah, every time you fall into a hole, you go back to the last room transition that you came to. So, thankfully, you don't have to redo the entire section, but still, it is kind of annoying, and you're also losing health every time. And that's also why you want to make sure you keep the heart jars intact until you absolutely need them. Again, don't break them until you're down to half a heart. And, yeah, there's some of that, vertical motion stop in order to make it through that gap back there. Ooh, that was kind of tight. And get up there.
Got it.
Okay, we're gonna need another egg throw right here. Alright, one more section to go. And as usual, they save the best part for last. Too high. I can at least be grateful for the fact that this is the last time we're gonna have to throw eggs and make platforms in order to get through a level. Now, remember, you could just press down on this hook in order to get down from there. You don't need to press down and jump. Ooh, I didn't mean to pull out wrench when I did, but that could have gone a lot worse than it just did. Woo. Okay, there's the last squid up top. We're gonna need to get onto this platform and then make an egg to get over there. Oh, that is very uncomfortable.
Nice.
Nice indeed. Alright. So hop down to this platform, grab onto the hook, and we've made it across. We are now ready to go and take on the final boss. Magic! Whew. I'm lucky to still be in one piece. Speak for yourself. I nearly lost my head. Several times.
Huh?
Rottytops? Bolo?
Huh?
Sky, is that you? Yes. Roddy, are you there too? Yeah. Oh look, it looks just like every place else. I don't get it. How did we manage to find each other?
You simpering fools!
You want to see your friend? Here, take a good look. She's still alive. Of course she is. I only told you she was gone to eliminate your hope. I'm the bad guy. I meant to lie. You had no hope. Why didn't it work? I can't speak for these two, but deep down, I knew that even if I failed, Rottytops would find a way to reach you. She's a loyal friend who would never quit. Oh boy, I feel like a friendship lesson is coming on here. Same. I was pretty sure that Sky would outsmart you even if I couldn't find my way out. And I knew Bolo's determination would see him through any obstacle. So there's your answer. We placed our hope in each other, like any good team would. Now it's time for you to listen to us. We're your friends. It's time to come with us and leave this place behind. Sky, I'm kind of wondering, which one is she talking to? Good or bad Shantae? Or maybe both at the same time? I don't know, this is kind of confusing. Poor, weak, half-genie runt. She tried, I'll give her that much. But in the end, she was no match for me. That's it. She's gone. I'm all that's left of your friend.
No! It can't be true!
Shantae! How come I still can't get any partial voice acting? Come on, it's just one word. Now then, how about I put an end to the three of you once and for all? Try it. I'm done pulling punches. I'm gonna make you pay for what you did.
We're not holding back.
Yeah, it's 3-on-1 and we're not holding back, like I just said.
Together.
If Shantae were here, she'd stop you at any cost, and so will we. So you're finally ready to fight, are you? Then let's see it. Come on! Give me everything you've got! Nega Shantae, inverted extrovert. So when you start this fight, you'll have all of your health and magic restored. So you don't need to worry about that, but thanks to the magic of video editing, I've managed to get everyone's gems maxed out as well. Well, they were maxed out until Bolo took a hit here. But yeah, we're going up against Nega Shantae now. Last time we fought her was back in Shantae's Risky's Revenge. And back then, she only really had three animals to change into. The monkey, elephant, and mermaid forms. But here in Half Genie Hero, we've collected a lot more animal forms, so she has a lot more things that she can change into. And that makes her particularly dangerous to fight in this final battle. And yeah, once again, low defense for Shantae's friends here, so that makes things extra dangerous here. There's a lot you need to watch out for. Managing your friends and their health is going to be very important. Oh my god, get up, Rain. My usual goal here is to try and keep Rotty's level as high as I can and let her do most of the attacking while she's just standing there dancing. And yeah, she has a teleportation move that can be kind of difficult to get around as well. If you pay attention to where Shantae moves to, where she goes to do her dancing, you can kind of gauge what animal she might transform into, and you can use that as something of a tell to determine what she's going to do, since all of the dance moves will all have the same dancing animation, so we can't really use that. Oh, why did I jump into that? Let me see if I can get Rotty some gems back so I can start doing a little more damage. I like using Sky for some of the more, to try and keep my distance, like when she's in bat form. And, Bolo, unfortunately, is going to have to be cannon fodder for most of this fight, as his spike ball doesn't really do too much damage, but the slight range does help out a bit. But with enough perseverance, you can make it through, and there we go, Nega Shantae defeated. That is a really difficult fight. Probably died a dozen times my first time playing. Those fools. Again, they believed you were destroyed. Gosh, they are so gullible. They fought recklessly with every ounce of strength they had left.
Lights out.
And by defeating me, they fell into despair, and now they are lost forever.
No.
Oh yes, I can feel it. The darkness spreading, my strength increasing, and you.
You're much too weak.
How does it feel to lose? To have failed your friends and family so miserably? Please, everyone's still counting on you. Well, mostly me, but you too.
This is the end.
No, this is how it ends. Here, in the darkness, where no one can save you. Goodbye. Stop! Who said that? Blast it! Curse you! I need more time! More time! Sky! You are still alive? I know, I'm surprised too.
Looks like we're finally starting to wise up to this evil duplicate's tricks.
Boy, that was a lot of custom voice acting there. She's been splitting us apart and showing us lies.
She wants us to lose hope and give up on our own.
What? When did you do this much talking?
How pathetic.
Ignore her.
Shantae, listen.
We've been friends as long as I can remember. I know you're confused right now and that the dark magic has you surrounded. But you've got to fight it.
Break free!
Of the darkness and follow your heart. Or this one, whichever's easier. Next up, Shantae. I know I can be a rotten friend. It's largely because I am rotting, and that I mess up a lot. But I want you to know that I've always believed in you. You're a friend to everyone. Even to someone like me, who everyone else is afraid of. But it's time to remember who you really are. Find your kindness and compassion and break free. Friendship hearts! Oh, sorry, I got lost on the way here. Shantae, there you are. Look, I know you're just acting weird because of the dark magic inside you. But your uncle is really worried. We're all worried. I know you'd never give up on us, so we won't give up on you. Find your strength and courage. No! Do not! Don't believe her lies. Wake up! Wake up and fight! See, look, Bolo had the most friendship power in him. He's the true MVP here. The power of friendship compels you! Oh hey, we got her heart working again. All of them. And somehow we're back in the workshop. No, seriously, how did they get out of her? Question we will never know. What?
What happened? Where am I? Phew.
We were trying to reach you for hours.
Are you okay?
Whew. I was afraid that you'd... Shh, give her a moment. How do you feel? I'm fine, I think. You were overcome by dark magic. It was my fault, I'm afraid. No, Uncle. It was mine. I wanted so dearly to be the hero this town expects me to be. But somewhere along the way, I've come to trust only my genie half, and look down on my human half. But today, I learned something. That without the help of my human friends, I'd be lost right now. The dark magic fed on my fears and turned them against me. I put you all in so much danger. Seriously, I have crazy memories. I'm sorry. We're just glad you're back. And if I may be so bold, I'm beginning to think your human half is the stronger part of you. So modest. Thanks, Uncle.
It's good to have you back.
Now you know. We'd never give up on you. We've become true friends because we're completing each other's sentences. Okay. There's no time to waste. We've got a pirate queen to catch. Who's with me?
All right.
I'm in.
Let's do it.
Me too.
Friends to the end.
It's time to save the day. And this time, together. And by together, I mean I'm going to become the playable character again. You're all going back to being NPCs. It was fun while it lasted, though, right? And with that, we have come to the end of the Friends to the End DLC. It brings up a credits roll at this point, but we're not going to be looking at that just yet because we still have plenty more game left to go. So in the next part, we're going to be reconvening in the Shantae playthrough, but before we get to that, why don't we go ahead and have a look at those end pictures, shall we? So here's the basic ending you get when you complete the game at your own pace without collecting all the blue squids. Pretty much just a standard stock picture of the three characters jumping at the beach. Not bad. Also worthy of that, this version of the picture has the most background detail to it out of all the ones we'll be looking at, which is interesting. Almost as if this one was made last. Here's the end screen for 100% completion. Sky and Rottytops basically abandon all camera etiquette and throw themselves right in front of the camera. Meanwhile, Bolo's in the back like, hey, I'm in this picture too! And really, it just perfectly pictures how shafted Bolo was in this playthrough. He's just kind of cast aside while the girls are taking center stage. Poor Bolo, you deserve better than this. Next up, we have the speedrun any % completion screen. It's all three characters in the same beach, but now they're all wearing swimsuits. At least Bolo gets to be a part of it. But other than that, yeah, it's basically the same as the any % any speed picture. So, yeah. And just when I thought it couldn't get any worse, here is the 100% speedrun ending. where they just get rid of Bolo entirely and just have Sky and Rottytops in their swimsuits. Like, wow, Bolo was part of this game. Why not include him too? What is this? Bolo, you so deserve better than this. You are like the best character in this game, and they are pushing you aside like you're nothing. Oh, that's sad. But with that, we are done with Friends to the End, and we will continue in the next part in the Shantae playthrough. I'll see you then!